Good evening. My name is Tyrone Dash II, and today I will be discussing how to improve conceptions of the nature of science, science epistemology, and argumentation through project-based science. In science classrooms, we notice that students do not possess accurate conceptions of science epistemology and the nature of science. This is largely because teachers do not possess accurate conceptions of science epistemology and the nature of science, and they portray their misunderstandings to students. These misconceptions are then supported by books and curriculum materials that also express inaccurate views of science epistemology and the nature of science. Additionally, we see that classroom environments do not engage students in problem-solving activities. We also see that students do not know how to formulate arguments or understand the role that argumentation plays in the science enterprise. Research shows learning argumentation in the science classroom requires students to construct their own understandings through participation in the inquiry process. This participation is key in the performance of epistemic practices. Research also shows that the best learning environments for students to engage in the discursive practices of scientists are ones that provide students opportunities to solve problems. Unfortunately, designing learning environments that promote and facilitate argumentation is very challenging, even though it, along with other epistemic practices, serve as one of the goals in constructivist science classrooms. This leads me to our problem of practice. How can we teach science in a way that engages students in problem-solving activities while cultivating the development of accurate understandings of science epistemology, the nature of science, and argumentation? One possible solution is to implement the project-based science model. Grounded in the constructivism, situated learning, and sociocultural theoretical frameworks, this instructional approach is built upon authentic learning activities that promote motivation and student interest, while fostering the development of problem-solving skills through the acquisition and application of knowledge. While allowing for some degree of student voice and student choice, project-based learning environments encourage students to pursue solutions to a driving question by asking and refining questions, debating ideas, making predictions, designing plans and/or experiments, collecting and analyzing data, drawing conclusions, communicating their ideas and findings to others, asking new questions, and creating artifacts. The great thing about this solution is that the project-based science model addresses all 8 essential science and engineering practices expressed in the next generation science standards. Here are some tips for any teachers who might be interested in implementing this solution. Tip 1, make sure your driving question is feasible, worthwhile, contextualized, meaningful, and ethical. Tip 2, make sure the 5 essential features of project-based learning environments are present. They are active construction, situated cognition, community, discourse, and cognitive tools. And lastly, anticipate problems that may arise while students pursue solutions to the driving question. In terms of next steps, let's push our thinking a little. What are some ways in which we can assess students' sense-making patterns while they are engaged in inquiry-oriented activities? My second question is, are there ways to use argumentation in project-based learning environments that will both implicitly and explicitly develop conceptions of science epistemology and the nature of science? Thanks for watching.